everybody, and welcome to our top 10 quick comic picks. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is our real quick show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that are coming out this week to your local comic book store, or if you shop with us at infinityflux.net, they're on their way to you so you can get a better idea of what you're in for. And there are some great stuff. Now, you can also head over to infinityflux.net right now, and the books are live on there. You can go ahead and order them as we talk about them. But let's get into it for this week.
Yeah, we got a big one to start with. This is the Ultimates #1. This is the next entry into Marvel's new Ultimate Universe. Now, the first few pages of this do a great job at recapping everything that's happened so far. So if you need a little refresher, you get that. It also lays out the timeline of everything, which is great. But we see some cool things like Tony and Doom working on those little orbs, trying to populate the world with heroes. We see them approach this world's version of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne. You can see them on the cover there. And it's not going to be long before they have a run-in with Captain Britain and his squad who are gunning for the new Ultimates. It's really great.
Yep. Another big one this week. We've got Scarlett #1. This is our first book in our second wave of G.I. Joe titles, and this is awesome. So we follow Shauna O'Hara, who is Scarlett before she gets the name Scarlett, as she's on a mission that she doesn't necessarily follow orders too well. But it seems like that kind of perks the interest of another group that is putting together a special group of specialist heroes. You'll have to read it to find out all of the fun details, but this is awesome espionage, action-packed first issue.
Next is Falling in Love on the Path to Hell #1. This is a new book from Jerry Duggan from Image. This is set in 1877, and this issue introduces us to our two protagonists. We have McWraith here, and then we have Ogata Asami. McWraith is in Los Angeles. He's kind of an outlaw, hunting down some guys who have wronged him. Ogata Asami is in Japan, almost restarting the Samurai Revolution, but something is going to happen to both of them at almost the same time, and they both wind up on this mysterious island. They don't know who each other is, but they're going to find some really, really weird stuff there.
Another big book in content and size-wise, this is Uncanny X-Men 700 or X-Men 35. This is big. This is the culmination of everything of the Krakoan era. Find out what Xavier has been up to this whole time. What kind of side is he working on? You see what is the fate of Krakoa the island. And what causes the kind of setup for all our new From the Ashes X-Men books coming up. I wouldn't say this is a great jumping on point, but if you've been along for the ride, you don't want to miss this one. That closes the chapter on a very big time frame for the X-Men.
And next is Wolverine Blood Hunt. Speaking of X-Men, we've got another Blood Hunt tie-in here. In this one, Wolverine is hunted by various groups of bad guys, right? We've got some vampire security guards in Vegas. We've got some vampire members of the National Guard. We've got some human mercenaries. But who is sending them after him, and why are they doing it? You'll find out by the time you get to the end.
Next up, I've got TMNT Alpha #1. This is meant to bridge the gap between the previous big run of Ninja Turtles and the start of the new series coming, I believe, July. And this is really fun. So the first story in this is written by Jason Aaron, who is writing the new TMNT series. And what has Donatello been up to? It's not looking good for our favorite smart turtle. You'll have to read to find out, but if you want to kind of know, I guess, the tone you'll be going into with this new era of Turtles, you'll have to check this out. Plus, the backup story follows some of the other kind of non-Ninja Turtles characters that have been involved in the series for so long, and sets up another new series coming up later this year. So a really, really fun issue. Get you excited about all the new Turtle stuff.
And next is My Adventures with Superman #1. This is set in the same continuity as the animated series. This takes place shortly after the end of season 1 of the show. Clark is spending his first Christmas in Metropolis, and Lois and Jimmy are working hard to make it a special one for him since it's his first Christmas there. But their plans are interrupted when something starts causing chaos through the city, and it's going to lead them down into the sewers to investigate. But what is this thing that they're hunting, and will they be able to stop it?
Next up, I've got Cult of the Lamb #1, based off of the hit indie video game. Find out how a little lamb goes from being a heretic, getting beheaded, brought back to life, and is brought back to life to start a cult in the name of this old god, and see how he makes friends along the way. It's so much fun. If you know the game, you kind of know the sense of humor, the cute with the just kind of messed upness of it. But I thought this was really great. And even if you haven't played the game, this is an introduction to the world. So really, really fun one here.
And last one for me is Space Ghost #2. And this was fantastic. Lots of great action, lots of great artwork. In this one, we get a little bit of a backstory kind of slash origin for Space Ghost, which I don't think I've seen before. But he takes Jan and Jace and Blip back to his base. Then he has to go and deal with something else, and he tells them to stay out of trouble, but they're kids and maybe they don't listen to him. But they do help him out later with another villain that he has to face, and we see their relationship sort of blossom near the end. So it's really, really cool.
Lastly, for me, I have Amazing Spider-Man #51, and I can say this is the first appearance of the Spider Goblin. There's no doubt about it. It is a big two-page spread as the Spider Goblin goes up against the Sinister Six. Why? You'll have to read it to find out. And what makes the Spider Goblin extra scary? That's also kind of in here as well. So don't miss out on Amazing Spider-Man #51. And that is it for our top 10 quick comic picks. This is a big week, so stay tuned for our even bigger show coming up. Very, very soon we'll be going over these, their variants, and much, much more. And remember to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, see ya.
See ya.